Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is not going to be about what everyone in the whole entire world seems to be talking about, and it's all over Facebook, and I just can't log on anymore because I'm drove off my head. I don't want to see any more about it because, you know what, it is what it is. You know, we've been told how to protect ourselves, what to do if we're really sick, what to do about it all, you know, and what's going on. So, for the next 30 minutes, that's probably around, about how long this video is probably going to be, because you know me, I don't shut up. We're not going to do that. So, what I want you to do, if you're at home right now and you're stressing and you're worrying and you're a little bit anxious, and my mom would always say, worrying about something that you can't control is not going to do nothing but get you sick. So, right now, go wash your face. That's what you got to do right now. Go wash your face. Go ahead. I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back. Go wash your face. While you're at it, put on some moisturizer. Maybe some eye cream. I mean, you don't have to do the serum and the toners and all that. Just go wash your face. Or maybe your face is washed. Maybe you already have a clean face and no makeup on. We're just going to put on some makeup. So just sit there, watch me, put on some makeup, and have a laugh. And that's what we're going to do for the next 30 minutes. And the rest of everything else in the world can just flip off. Do you know? Okay. So, yeah, we're going to put on some makeup. And, you know, I know I'm supposed to do that Fenty eyeshadow palette, but I don't really feel like playing with it. That's how much I don't like this eyeshadow palette. I'm like, I got to do this video. But I'm going to play with it so I can get it done and over with and, you know, come by, move on from the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to use my Camelina Strobe Luminizing Primer. Oh, hello, everybody. My name is Lisa. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit the bell, because that bell tells you whenever I make a video. Or if I come on live, which I usually do every Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But this week, you're all in for a treat because I'm going to go live every day at 2 o'clock for an hour or more, because you know how we get when we talk. Every day this week, starting tomorrow on Monday at 2 o'clock, I'm going to go live. And yeah, I just wanted to say that, 2 o'clock. So come by, say hi, and at least for an hour of the day, we can think and talk about something else. All right. So I'm going to use my, Seraphine Botanicals Camelina and Strobe Luminizing Primer. Okay, so I am seriously on the hunt for a new subscription box. I want a new beauty subscription box. Again, I'm in Canada, and it's hard for us to find one that's good. You know, like, I want something that is usually luxury brands like Boxycharm, but lately Boxycharm has been kind of, you know, I don't know. I want something new. And I went on my subscription addiction, and I don't know, I just can't seem to find anything, because I don't know, I kind of think I might be canceling Boxycharm, and I just want to try something different. And if anybody knows of a box that's got, you know, good brands, and like, I don't know, like the brands that we're seeing in, say, Yes Oh Yes. Do you know what I'm saying? I want like good brands, you know? So if anybody knows if there's any other boxes out there that's at least some type of competition for Boxycharm. And I mean, again, I'm keeping my Ipsy and I'm keeping my Look Fantastic. Those are two boxes that I know that I'm keeping for sure. I'm going to wait and see what happens with Look Fantastic. They are coming out with a beauty surprise for the April box. So I know I will be sticking with them for at least April and see what happens with the box. I'm giving it, I'll probably give it until about May or June. You know, once the summer comes, if the boxes are not any better, then I will be canceling from Topbox. And Luxebox June will be my last box. And yeah, like Boxycharm hasn't been impressing me lately. Not with, you know, the premium box was great. in February. Liked everything except for that one item. Wasn't a fan of the Fenty at all. And I haven't seen any spoilers other than what we are aware of. Here I am. I'm putting on the Tarte Found Sealer, because I don't remember if I liked it or not. And I just got a mini. Now, I know this is not my exact shade, but it's a neutral, so it should be okay. But I think the last time I tried this on, yeah, neutral. Light, medium, neutral. I think the last time I tried this on, I didn't think my face was moisturized enough, so we are going to try it today. So, yeah, I'm keeping my Ipsy. I digress, and then I forget what the heck I'm saying. Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you something. See, digressing again. I was talking about something and now I forget. Talking about subscription boxes. I want something new. I wasn't impressed with Boxy, you know, with the spoilers they got coming out, and that we're gonna get the luck of the draw with the only good ones that did come out kind of thing. So, you know, I guess we'll wait and see if they come out with, and they should be coming out with more spoilers for, wow, coming April. April is almost here, guys. Like, really, it's almost here. Summer's almost here. So they should be coming out with more spoilers before the end of the month. So then, you know, I can make up my mind what I want to do. But what was I going to say? Now I forget. Yeah, anyway, I'm looking for a new subscription box. And I was looking at the one called The Box. Oh my God, it's like, so the box itself is $25 American, right? Free shipping in the US. But if I wanted to get it here in Canada, it's $65 freaking dollars shipping included. I'm like, so you're telling me, and that's US dollars, you're telling me that the shipping is more expensive than the box. How does that seem right? Like, how messed up is that? You know, so I'm going to send them a message and go, okay, I know it says international, but does that include Canada? You know what I mean? Like $35 for shipping? And the box is $25? So that's $65 US. And they look like they're a decent box. Like they could compete with Boxycharm. But $65, like literally the shipping is $35 more than a box. So I don't know. I was looking at boxes and I just want something that's to par with it. Because I really don't want like all of these other kind of boxes that's out there. But it's got, you know, Bella Pierre in it or a Manicadar in it. I don't want boxes with that stuff in it. You know what I mean? So, and that's what seems like a lot of the other boxes for around the same price in US have in their boxes. Manicadar and Bella Pierre, and I don't want, listen, Topbox gives us enough of that. And so does, you know, Glossybox if you get it, and God help us, look fantastic. You know what I mean? Like they give us enough of that crap, right? So I want a good box. And I was looking to, I'd really like to have, oh my God, really love to have a candle box because I love candles and smellers. But in Canada, like, I don't know, it's just so expensive, you know? Oh my God, guys, if you love candles and you're in the USA, you have to check out, it's Victoria Candles, something like that. Jen Loves Review has a code, but her candles, like this company's candles, are like they're to die for. Oh my God, they look like lemon pie and like this chocolate marshmallow caramel saucy, and it's pies and cakes and like it looks so good you want to eat it, you know? And it's in the States, and I'm so bummed that shipping to Canada is just so expensive because I really want one of those candles. Like really, I'm telling you, if I ever get the chance to go to the US again, and like say if we're staying at a hotel, I'm definitely going to be ordering some of those candles to the hotel to bring back home. Definitely, because they are beautiful. Okay, how's this foundation doing? Let's see. I think it's doing all right. We might be going to a friend's house. I don't know for sure if we are or not later on, but might be. Now I'm going to go and play, I think, with the It Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, and this is an anti-aging concealer. What I do remember about this concealer is you only need a little tiny bit of it, just a little, like, and that's almost too much because it's so thick. And I started watching Robert, God, what's his name? Look, see, and I still got some left on this finger. Robert Welsh, I think he's got a brother too. But I started watching him, and he is like, he really, really knows his stuff. He's a really good makeup artist. So if you guys haven't started watching him yet, like, give him a try. And this is not, I got too much on, like, literally that was too much. So if you guys like this concealer, let me tell you, it will last you a lifetime because you literally only needed a little tiny bit. And anyway, this guy, Robert, was saying that for concealer, you only need a little tiny bit. Like, he literally puts a little bit here and a little bit here, and that's it, like what I just did. So I want to watch more of his videos to see his techniques and stuff, because it seems like he's a really, really good teacher on YouTube. So that's another good person. Like Wayne Goss, I love Wayne Goss. He's a great person to watch on YouTube. He really, really knows his stuff. So if you're looking for people to watch on YouTube, Wayne Goss is one of them, like a really good makeup artist, and they're like makeup artists, they're professionals, that's their job. They do like celebrities' makeups. So yeah, Wayne Goss is a good one, and so is Robert Welsh. And I believe, yeah, I think I said that, I believe Robert has a brother, but I don't know his name offhand. The brother's name, I don't know. Robert and, God. So anyway, I just started watching this guy recently, and he's really, really good. Gives great tips. So give him a try. Go check him out. I gotta put on some lip liner because I look like a nut. Yeah, so that's, I think what I'm gonna do, cancel some of these boxes. And you know, in the summertime, I try not to get caught up in all the boxes because, well, I'm not wearing stuff, you know. I'm usually out in the sun, and when I'm at the water park with the kids, I don't wear makeup, you know, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I think I totally messed up my lipstick here. What am I going to wear today? Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder? Estee Lauder. Apparently that's how you say her name. Oh, great. There's something on my lipstick. Anyway, I bet you that looked real cute, didn't it? So, yeah. Oh my God. I had the song stuck in my head today. And it's so funny because I hear Peter Mon singing it all the time. I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. And I was singing it the other day in the kitchen. And I asked Ian, do you know what this song means? Like, no. I'm like, you don't know this song? How can you not know this song? This is like a classic, you know, 1980 song, and you don't know it? And so I haven't heard the song in years until I started watching Peter Mon, and every now and then he'll sing that song, and it's one of my favorite 80s songs, just the beat of it and the way she sings it. And it was so funny because at work last week, well, didn't the song come on the radio? And I was like, wow. It was just that it was the night before in the kitchen. We were making dinner, and I mentioned this. I was singing a song to Ian, and he said he never heard it. And then all of a sudden, there's a song on the radio. Like, that is freaky deaky to me. Coincidence? I think it's just the magic of, you know, in the air. I don't know. Things like that happen, though, that freak you out, right? Okay, today I'm going in with my bronzer from that Glossybox thingy-majigger. I think sometimes when I say I can't quite see the bronzer is probably because of the shade. And this one here is a little bit darker than my butter bronzer. So I can see the shade now. I just don't want it to be, well, anyway. Not a professional, everybody. Y'all know that. So, Oh my gosh, if you guys watch Grey's Anatomy and you haven't seen like the last 2 shows, like just put me on mute, okay? And when I'm done talking about it, I'll give you a thumbs up so you can listen to me again. But holy cow, Karev is gone? Seriously? Alex Karev? Like, there's nobody left. You know, it's just Meredith out of all of the, what did they call them? People, trainees, I don't know. Starts with an R. Lisa can't remember. What were they called? Oh my God, there goes my brain dead again. Oh my God, I can't remember. I keep on thinking receptionist, but it's not. Anyways, so Meredith is the only one left. And what did you guys think about that ending for Karev? That he's gonna be with Izzy? Do you know? I don't know. But I understand, like, they've been doing it. I mean, how long? The show has been on for, what, 15, 17 years? Something like that. So, I get that the guy's like, okay, I want to go do something else. You know what I mean? Like, my kids are grown and in college or out of college now. And can you imagine he's got kids? Like, it just seems so odd because I seriously don't think that they look like they aged. Do you know? Look at... Right. In the land of Oz. I had that song going in my head today too. Do you remember that one? In the land of Oz, where the ladies wear no bras. Do you remember that when you were a kid singing it? Yeah. I had that in my head today. I don't know why. Don't know where it came from. My kids don't know this song, but all of a sudden it popped inside my head. Why, I don't know. Anyway, I had lipstick on my teeth, which is normal on this channel. Oh, guys, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think I need like 39 more or something like that. So we're almost there. I can't wait. We can go live anytime then. You're all going, yay, that's so exciting. No. Well, no, that's not true. Some of you might be very happy. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, so one of you ladies asked me to tell you, wasn't there another blush that I really liked? There's Hourglass and there was another one, but okay, I'll go with Hourglass now. I got it in my hand. How did Ian and I meet? I did everything right, yeah. So I got back from Ireland in 2005. I stayed in Ireland for a little bit, and when I had an ex-boyfriend, so he was a bit of a dick. And when I got back from Ireland, literally got back on a Friday, and I think the ex-boyfriend was calling on a Sunday. He was a real dick. Anyways, I got back from Ireland on the Sunday, and that Thursday I went to go work when I got back at my sister's bar that she worked at. Now, I worked at bars before, not long periods, because I wasn't really, you know, I was a waitress, but tending the bar wasn't really my gig, you know, but I was a waitress for years, right? On top of working at the office, I would work serving as a part-time job as well. I used to work at Bad Boy Furniture too, as well as working at an office. I worked at the office from 9 to 5 at the Chamber of Commerce. This is years ago. And then I would work at Bad Boy in the evening and on weekends. Like, I don't know how I did it, but I was young, you know, you got energy, right? Anyway, when I got back from Ireland, I went to go work at my sister's bar, and it was on a Thursday or a Friday night. And one of our mutual friends walked into the bar with Ian and another one of her friends, a guy. So she had come to me, and she had said that her friend had a crush on me, you know, thought I was kind of cute, right? So I'm looking at the two guys that she walked in with. One was Ian, and I couldn't even look at, like, when he came over to get a drink, I couldn't look at him because his eyes were so freaking blue, and I would blush. That was me. That's probably why I wasn't good at tending bar, because I would blush, right? So he came over, would get a drink and stuff like that, and I wouldn't really look at him, wouldn't really talk to him, and he was just thinking that I was a snob, right? So she came over and she said that, and I was like, which one? And she's like, oh, the other one. And I went, oh, okay, never mind, right? So a few times he came into my bar with our friend Liz, and then I left that bar anyways, and I went to go work at a restaurant. God, I can't remember what it was called now, but it's like a St. Louis chicken wing place. That's what it's called now, but back then it was something else. And so I went to go work there in the daytime, like serving food and stuff, but I worked at the bar, so I wasn't on the floor. I was at the bar, but it was only in the daytime, so you're just serving people their food, you know, and drinks, and people just coming in for lunch and stuff, right? And he would come in every day when he wasn't working, and at the time, he was off on modified duty, and I had no idea he was a firefighter, because I didn't talk to him. So, and I was back with my ex, right? So, which was stupid, you know, we all do it, right? Anyways, I wouldn't talk to this guy because every time, like, you know, I had to go and give him his food and stuff, I felt the blood running from my neck up into my face, and I just felt the blush. Just by looking at this guy, I just felt the heat in my face, and I was so embarrassed and annoyed at myself because I couldn't look at this guy, right? So, and this went on for a couple of months, you know, and he would say to Liz, like, she's so snotty, and she won't talk to me, and but I didn't know that, right? So, anyway, on a Sunday night, I was at home with the ex-boyfriend, and the phone rang, and it was the ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, and she blurted at everything, told me everything, you know, and he was cheating. I was giving him money. He was taking her out to dinner with the money that I gave him, and I was so gullible back then, like we all, you know, I'm sure most of us, some of us, not most of us, because some of you guys were very smart and didn't go through situations like that, but I wasn't, right? So anyway, I kicked him out. And I remember calling our mutual friend Liz, and I'm all bawling my eyes out. Now, this is a Sunday night. Bawling my eyes out. She came over, blah, blah, blah. I remember kicking the guy out and throwing a slipper at the wall, at his face, but I missed him, and I got the wall. And the next morning, so I'm late for work, right? It's about 10 to 11, and I had to be at work at 11, and I had to take 2 buses. So I'm walking towards my bus stop. And at that moment, Ian is driving the fire van because he's on modified duty. So he's not, you know, working on the truck because he had surgery on his knee. So he yells out and he says, hey, Lise, do you want to ride? So my first thought was, oh my God, this guy knows my name, because I didn't think he knew my name, right? Even though I've been serving him for months, but the fact that he remembered my name. So I'm like, sure. And so his story is that he seen me. He didn't know if I was waiting for the bus. Then when he noticed I was waiting for the bus and he knew I was going to be late for work, that I had to be there at 11, he did a U-E, came back around, and then yelled out and said, hey, Lise, do you want to ride? So I said, sure. And I got in that fire van, and I swear to God, my first thought was, I looked at him, and I just went, I'm single, and you're mine. And that was my first thought. And we had our first date that night. And that was January 20th, 2005. So that's the story of how we met. And it's funny because the joke is that he picked me up. When people say, how'd you meet? And I'm like, yeah, he picked me up on a street corner. That's the joke. Because he did. He picked me up on a street corner. So, yeah, that's how we met. Well, not how we met, but that's how our relationship kind of started. And we had our first date. Like, I was literally bawling my eyes out over this guy the night before. And then him and I had our first date the next day. And I didn't think about that ex-boyfriend. Like, he didn't get a second thought. Like, literally a second thought. How crazy is that? Do you know? So you think, oh my God, that you love somebody, and when it comes down to it, you don't, And he used to say that to me too. You don't love me, you just, you know, think you do, or you want to, but you don't. And I didn't even like him as a person, the ex-boyfriend, and I knew that. Like, as a person, I don't like you. But I think it was just being lonely, not having anyone else around, not having a lot of friends, you know? So, isn't that funny? Like, my daughter right now, her friend is 12. And Savannah's not allowed to date until she's 16. That's what we tell her, right? But her friend is 12 years old and stayed at home from school last week. Savannah's best friend. Because her girlfriend broke up with her. And she was all depressed. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is why you're not allowed to date, you know? And I'm telling, me and her father are saying to her, now do you understand why we say, okay, no boyfriends? Not at 12. You're too young. You know, wait until you're a little bit more mentally mature for it. Yeah. So, that was our story. He picked me up on the street corner, everybody. You know, I'm a wild woman. All right, we're going to play with Fenty, and I'm just going to go in with the pinks. I tried to do the blues. This blue here, legit, is is a really nice shimmer. That one's a really nice shimmer. It's pigmented, it's shimmery. The rest of them, not so much. Because I've done this, played with this palette now twice. So I'm just going to go in with, I don't know, I'll try something. But I'm not a fan of this palette. The pigment, to me, is not great. The shimmers are not great. What is this? I'm going to go take this brush. I just put on the MAC Prep and Prime because it's more creamy, I think. So I'm going to try that for a while. All right, I'm going to take the brownish shade right here and just put it in my crease. Now, one of these that I use, I can't remember. One of them was kind of patchy, and I think it's the red shade that's there that was kind of patchy. But I just didn't find like there was good pigment on this eyeshadow palette. And like the shimmer, oh my god, I kept on whacking and whacking the shimmer on my eyes. What are we now? 27 minutes. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, so I just found like with the shimmer, I kept on putting it on my eyes to try to get some coverage, and it just didn't build up, and it was gone, you know? It just kind of like wiped off my eyes after 20 minutes. So that's, you know, the brown. Like, you just think it's not that pigmented, you know? Like, pigmented enough, but it's not boom, boom, boom. Hello, baby. I just told the story of how we met and how you picked me up off the street corner like a floozy. Best decision you ever made in your life, wouldn't it? That's right. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you a ghost story now. All right. So here's a ghost story. What am I going to do here? So, when my grandfather passed away, my dad's father, he passed away in St. John's. And St. John's is 5 hours away from my hometown. And my dad and his 7 or 8 brothers anyways, were up in their cabin, which is like 20 minutes from my hometown, right? But my grandfather was in St. John's, which again is 5 hours away from my hometown, in the hospital, you know, dying. So they were all sitting around the table. I think they were moose hunting. Sitting around a table. The youngest brother was not there, but all the other ones were. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and the oldest brother, so my dad's not the oldest, but he's like the 3rd or 4th, something like that. So the oldest brother said, okay, he looked at his watch, and it was 1:55, and he said, okay, I'm going to go outside, go pee when I come back in, we're all going to go to bed because we're going to get up, you know, at 5 in the morning to go moose hunting, or 6, you know, they're up there, they're drinking, whatever, right? Getting ready to go moose hunting. So my uncle goes outside, 5 to 2, and he sees my grandfather. And so they called my grandfather Skipper. That was his nickname, Skipper, right? So he's seen him, and he's like, Skipper, what are you doing here? And he said it 3 times, like looked at him. He was there in his face, outside, 20 minutes away from my hometown, in the snow, it's wintertime, up in the woods. Skipper, what are you doing here? Skipper, what are you doing here? And then Skipper disappeared. So he walked back inside, and he said, what time is it? And the guy said, it's 2 o'clock. You were just out there for 5 minutes, right? And he looked at my father and all of his brothers, and I think there were some family friends there as well, and said, guys, Skipper just died. And they said, well, how do you know? He said, because I just seen him. What do you mean? He's like, he just died. I just seen him. So my dad's youngest brother showed up about 6 o'clock in the morning, walked into the cabin, expecting either they were going to be sleeping or they were going to be out moose hunting. No, I think it was only a couple hours later that he came in, not at 6 in the morning, because when he walked into the cabin, all the brothers were around the table, and my uncle walked in. He's like, oh, well, you know, why are y'all still up? And the uncle, the oldest one, looked at the youngest brother and said, well, you don't have to tell us. And he's like, well, I have to tell you something. He's like, we already know. He's like, how do you know? What do you know? And he's like, Skipper died at 5 to 2 or 2 o'clock in between. And he's like, how do you know that? Right? And they're like, because he was here. And it freaks still to this day when my dad tells me this story. I get goosebumps. Goosebumps that they knew. He came to say goodbye, and that was their thing. Like, my dad comes from a family of hunters. You know, it was the way of life back home. I wouldn't be here if my dad wasn't a hunter, because we wouldn't have had food. You know, back then it was the way of life, and you used every part, every animal. You know what I mean? But that was the way of life, and yeah, he came back to say goodbye. And to hear my dad tell that story, like, he tells it so much better, but it still to this day freaks me out. Still to this day. That he was there, freaking everyone else out. All right, what are we doing? So, the one thing with this palette is that there's not, I'm going to go in with, I think, of the purple and the red, try to just darken out the inner corner. So this one and this one I got put together. This one and that one to try to darken out that inner corner. So let me know down below, do you have any crazy stories? Any ghost stories? Let me know, and I think I'm gonna read them out on my upcoming videos. If you have any crazy ghost stories or eerie demon stories. I have another one for you as I'm doing the last bit of my eyeshadow. So when my mom was 16 or 17, she left home and she went to go live in my hometown that I grew up from, because my mom is not from the town I grew up in. She's from a, why is that going to cut me off? That's legit going to cut me off. Okay, I fixed it. So my mom is from a little fishing village. Her front yard is the Atlantic Ocean. And my dad is from the central part of Newfoundland. There's no, like, salt water. The ocean is not around us. We have to drive about 15-20 minutes to get to the ocean, but there's a lot of fresh lakes and rivers and streams and waterfalls around us, right? So my mom left when she was 16 to go work in my hometown, which is where there was work. It's where the paper mill was. And back then, that was the source of employment. Like, my hometown back then was, and it still is, one of the biggest towns in Newfoundland other than St. John's. So the people who owned the paper mill, they had this big, huge house. It was called the Grand Falls Windsor House. That's what it's called now. But inside this house, there was an elevator, like a beautiful house, and my mom was the nanny, right, and the maid back when she was 16, 17 in this house. So she lived there, right, and she took care of the kids and lived inside this house. So one night, on her one night off, her and one of her girlfriends went out, you know, I guess around town, doing what you do at 16. And when she came home, my mom was very neat. She took her pantyhose, which is called hose back then, and hung them up, put her clothes away, went to bed. She woke up somehow during the night, and when she woke up, she said there was a little girl standing in front of her bed, like right here by her head, right? And Mom was kind of freaked out. She said the little girl had on a red velvet dress, and it had white laced cuffs here, and a white lace neck piece here, right? Beautiful, cute little red dress. And Mom, and she's like, "Can I help you? Who are you? Can I help you?" And she just disappeared. So, you know, Mom's had some bouts with paranormal. So she just went, okay, whatever that was. Anyways, the next morning, she went on back to sleep, and she kind of thought maybe she dreamt it, right? So the next morning, the lady of the house came in to wake Mom up and said, okay, it's time to get up, you know, with the kids, blah, blah, blah. And when she did, she came in and woke Mom. She goes, "This is so pretty. Where did you get it?" And Mom said, "What?" And she pulled up the little red dress with the white cufflinks and the white collar, the white lace collar, which kind of freaked Mom out, because Mom was like, okay, I thought I dreamt that, but last night a little girl was at my bed, and I thought I dreamt it, right? Anyways, the story goes that the lady then went, "Don't worry about it, I'll take it." And there was a little girl who died in that house who was known to wear a dress like that. So that's freaky deaky. Okay, I'm going in with the pink shimmer, which isn't very pigmented. Like, I'm really whacking it. Can you see? Like, it's look, it's barely there. Barely there. That's my issue with it. Now I'm going to go to the one next to it, which is this kind of color, and try to give some shimmer. Now this here freaking video, oh my God, it's almost at 40 minutes. So ladies, if you have any ghost stories, paranormal stories, anything like that, write it in the comments down below, and I'll read it out on my live during the week, because I will be going live every day starting Monday for about an hour or so at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This is the Fenty eyeshadow palette. Not too fond of the shimmers. The only really good shimmer in there was the blue one, and I know there was a couple of shades there that I did try, like this here gray one was kind of patchy when I tried that the other day. All right, I'm just going to put my mascara on and be right back. Okay, everyone, this is my final look. See, there's like no shim here whatsoever. That's it. Don't forget to like my video. I'll see you on my live every day this week, 2 o'clock, unless for some reason I can't make it that time. I'll let you know. Eastern Standard Time. Let me know if you got any paranormal experience stories. If you know of a good subscription box that's on par with Boxycharm, let me know. Or even if there's like mystery boxes that I can get and unbox on my channel. Like makeup mystery boxes. Bye everybody. Love you.